Tech Data, a TD SYNNEX company, connects and empowers a vibrant, expansive ecosystem of innovative companies that create solutions for increasingly complex business challenges. We help more than 150,000 customers maximize the value of IT investments, achieve business outcomes, and unlock growth opportunities by simplifying complexity for our vendors and customers, allowing new technologies to be effortlessly adopted. With our dedicated team of the IT industry's best and brightest, we passionately deliver compelling technology that enhances the way we work, play, and live. As the intense pace of the IT marketplace continues to transform, we will remain at the center, orchestrating essential solutions, delivering vital, high-growth technologies, and working to sustain the world around us. With 50 years of success at our backs, we continue to evolve and improve the ways we support our partners. We believe anyone can achieve great outcomes with technology. And Tech Data, a TD SYNNEX company, is proud to make that happen every day. Tech Data, a TD SYNNEX company, connects and empowers a vibrant, expansive ecosystem of innovative companies that create solutions for increasingly complex business challenges. We help more than 150,000 customers maximize the value of IT investments, achieve business outcomes, and unlock growth opportunities by simplifying complexity for our vendors and customers, allowing new technologies to be effortlessly adopted. With our dedicated team of the IT industry's best and brightest, we passionately deliver compelling technology that enhances the way we work, play, and live. As the intense pace of the IT marketplace continues to transform, we will remain at the center, orchestrating essential solutions, delivering vital, high-growth technologies, and working to sustain the world around us. With 50 years of success at our backs, we continue to evolve and improve the ways we support our partners. We believe anyone can achieve great outcomes with technology. And Tech Data, a TD SYNNEX company, is proud to make that happen every day.
All right, Dhwani, shall we begin?
Yes, let's start.
Okay, I just request you to start recording the webinar. Please confirm once done.
All set. Started.
Okay, thank you. So hello to everyone who has joined us so far. My name is Ritika, and on behalf of Tech Data, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you for joining our exclusive webinar where we will unleash the power of generative AI. Please note that this is the first session in our webinar series, the next of which will be focused on the basics of financial management for our valued partners. So stay tuned for more details from Tech Data on the same. Now, without further ado, let me quickly brief you on what we have lined up for today. Our key speaker for this webinar is Karan Balchandani, and he will walk you through the captivating world of artificial intelligence and how it can revolutionize your business. Karan is a part of our Tech Center of Excellence and overlooks the entire Asia, Pacific, and Japan region as a senior manager. He is a seasoned IT professional with nearly 2 decades of experience and possesses a robust background in data center infrastructure, data center software, and multi-cloud services, including expertise in Microsoft and AWS Cloud. We will conclude today's webinar with a Q&A session, so please put up your questions, if any, in the chat window, and we will get back to you once we open for Q&A. You can also turn on the transcription feature when needed. All you need to do is select the More option in the top menu and click Show Transcript or Start Transcription. And with that, I would like to hand it over to Karan. Karan, the stage is all yours.
Hey, thanks, Ritika. Just give me a minute to show the PowerPoint and
Sure.
confirm it once it is live.
Yes, Karan, it's visible.
All right, thank you so much. Hey, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us today. And I am Karan Balchandani. I am a senior manager, part of Tech COE team, and I'll be introducing you to the world of generative AI. So this technology is in the trend. So there has been a lot of revolutions which have come across on this particular technology of Gen AI, and we'll see how it is shaping our interaction with the machine and create new contents, right? So before starting this, I'm a little bit sorry for the voice because I have a bad throat today, but we'll try to manage as much as possible with this. So bear with me for a little bit of bad voice, but we can manage the show. So let's dive into how the Gen AI understands the working culture and the creativity of what we are doing on a day-to-day basis. And just to start with, I'll give you a glimpse of the Gen AI power, right? So using one of the generative AI tool, which is called Mid Journey, I was able to make a different version of my image, as you can see here. So I simply had to go to the tool, write certain text in a natural language, asking the tool to change the background or change the attire, and I was able to achieve it within seconds. So that's how the Gen AI works, right? So let's begin with the agenda, right? So we'll begin with the evolving landscape of Gen AI. We'll understand its roots and breakthroughs that have led us to where we stand today. And moving forward, we will delve into the market prospects of what Gen AI presents. Will also take us through some use cases and wins that Gen AI has, and finally we'll highlight the tech data's value offerings. Right. So generative AI, right? We also refer it as Gen AI, right? So this is powered by advanced machine learning techniques, right? And it has found its way into a wide range of industries, right? Transforming the way we work, create, and interact with this particular technology. So if we look at generative AI, right? So it is a force that is reshaping the industries across different boards, right? From the life science to finances and entertainment to agriculture, the impact of Gen AI is profound, right? And Gen AI has moved beyond its initial hype. So uh, initially we were using the Gen AI for fun activities, but now it has emerged as a transformative force across various industries, right? So companies have moved beyond that kind of experimentation, and they have now started integrating Gen AI into the core operations, right? Which is leading into expanded budgets for the customers and better revenue opportunities for resellers and distributors. So as this technology continue to grow and evolve, it is essential for the businesses to embrace and adapt to this new era of AI driven innovations. And the future is undoubtedly very exciting, and it would be powered by Gen AI, right? Um, just to highlight, we'll be taking all the questions in the later part of the section. So if you have any questions, please put it in the chat and we'll take it up later, because I can see some certain hands being raised. So we can take those questions later part of it, right? So generative AI has become the buzzword, right? But what exactly is generative AI? So let's provide a bit of a context before exploring Gen AI, right? So we'll start with AI. So AI stands for artificial intelligence, which might sound like a big complex term to some, but it is a very simple idea, making the computers and the robots think and learn like humans, right? So it's a technology behind your regular smartphone voice assistants, or your email which is filtering out your spams, or even your self-driving cars, right, which are navigating to help you do the parking or to drive on the road. So that's the AI. So when we talk about the AI technology, right, we are talking about giving machines the ability to learn, reason, and make decisions just like us. right? So that's AI intro. We'll go into machine learning. So machine learning is a subfield of AI, right? And it is used for uh, training the models from the input data. This means that the machine learning gives the computer the ability to learn without any explicit programming. So we don't have to do the programming, we just have to do the data input, right? And this is all powered through the deep learning. So deep learning is a type of AI that is particularly good at learning from large amount of data, right? So it's like a child, okay, starts recognizing an object by seeing more and more of examples. Similar to that, deep learning also learns from performing tasks from many examples, right? And gradually it improves its accuracy. And the final one is Gen AI, which is short for generative AI. This is type of a AI which can create new contents, such as text, image, or music or audio by learning from the existing data. That's why the term generative is used, because it creates new content. It doesn't gives you the existing information, generates a newer contents and give it to you. Say we can put it in a very simple example, like suppose you have a bakery, right? And you want to come up with new and unique recipes for your bakery. So Gen AI could help you analyze thousands of existing recipes, learn from the combinations, what will work together, and then generate a new recipe that has never been made before. Right, so it's like having a master chef sitting next to you who can create a whole new menu just by looking or studying your old cookbooks, right? So usually when you use your browsers for searching the information, right, usually you go to the internet, open a browser and search for the information that you want to search. So when you do that, you search by writing certain text and you get certain urls as an output. But with Gen AI, input can be in form of a text, as with the natural language that we use, but the output can be in different forms, right? So it can be a text, image, video, or an audio, right? So when we choose text as an output, so it can be in form of a translating language, or you can ask certain questions, or you can ask to create certain sample blogs or write certain information, or it can also provide you answers with certain urls, right? So that is one way of giving an output for Gen AI. The next can be in form of an image, right? So it depends on how creative your mind is and how rightly you type the prompts or the inputs to Gen AI. Based on that, we can generate images as well. Say, for example, if I'm able to write it to Gen AI stating that I need a underwater shot of a baby goat's head. Which is eating a carrot. There should be bubbles, extreme detail, high studio lighting. I can create this image. So this is a Gen AI created image for you, right? So you just have to imagine, write the prompts to the Gen AI, and it will generate a certain image for you. Similarly, we can also create a lot of video files or GIF files, right? So it gives, so you just have to give a detailed words, and it creates a video, right? So if you have a story or a blog or something in mind, you just type that and a video is created out of it, right? So these kind of things are perfect for making training videos, explaining certain things in a better way. And we also have text to audio, right? So you write a text as an input, and it can generate an audio file with a voice which will sound like a real person, right? So you can use this kind of audios for podcasts, narrations, or even jazzing up certain presentations that you are creating, right? And so this is how a Gen AI works with a simple input output stuff. What we'll do is we'll show you a particular creative video. It's just a 20-second video where the images are added on the go of the file, right? So once it plays, it will tell you how interactively you can just click a particular area and add certain or make it a better video for you, right? So you could see here on the go, we just selected a certain area of the image and we typed it with a prompt stating what we want to add in that, and it got added, right? So this is how a Gen AI is changing the whole game, and it is adding up more and more features every day. So this is how you can play around and add certain things using the Gen AI technology. So now let's see that where this growth is going, right, of generative AI. So everybody has heard about Chat GPT's success, right? So Chat GPT is nothing but it is built on the technology of Gen AI using certain LLMs, right? So now we see that the growth curve, right, is no longer a gentle slope; it is a vertical line, right? So reaching 100 million users in just 3 months was a very significant achievement from ChatGPT, right? And it is a statement to the growing interest in the AI and the potential to enhance our daily lives and works, right? So ChatGPT uh, was like a blockbuster movie, right? That everyone wanted to see. So everyone wanted to try it for themselves, see how it helps, how you can ask certain questions to a computer as a natural language, and you can also interact it dynamically as a friend, right? So those were a lot of excitement that people were actually showing while using the chat gpt. So why there's a lot of excitement around this is because it shows that a lot of people are interested in talking to computers as if they are talking to a human or their friends, right? And it is a very big step, because it makes us think that what cool things we can be able to do it in the near future. So we can be doing a lot of things or adding up a lot of technology with the use of Gen AI. Right. So what has actually changed? Because AI has been there for a very long time, but with Gen AI, the adoption has increased rapidly. The widespread of this adoption of Gen AI has been attributed because of its applicability across multiple domains, right? So that is one of the major reasons, because it is not a technology where it is only used for certain sectors or certain industries. It can be used with multiple domains across the globe, right? So we talk about healthcare or legal or marketing or sales, transportation, everywhere this can be applicable, right? So that's one. And the second is the accessibility of the Gen AI to the end users. So this is not a technology which is used only as a backend, and only certain websites or app or softwares can talk in a background through an API. It is a technology which can be accessed by end users, due to which the employee can now experience the enhanced productivity and creativity, right? That's why the breakthrough is much more than a traditional AI, right? And also Gen AI has the ability to create new contents, right? So unlike traditional AI, which typically analyzes your data and follows some predefined rules, Gen AI can actually generate newer ideas. It can produce diverse content, it can learn and adapt, and it can also interact dynamically. So this is actually making Gen AI a very powerful tool for innovation and creativity. So, in summary, Gen AI is no longer a science fiction. Fiction. It is actually a very powerful tool, which is actually reshaping our entire world nowadays, right? So, this is why the adoption is going in that speed. So let's look at some of the very well-known generative AI. I am sure many of us might have already heard about it or even tried it ourselves, right? So the first one is ChatGPT. So ChatGPT is actually a chatbot which allows the users to have human-like conversations. So you can just type in a natural language text and gives you certain outputs, right? The second is Codex. So Codex is again used for translating your natural language into codes. So you don't have to now deal with learning a certain code. Of course, it will not replace the entire software developer, but certain basic codes can be generated using codex. And the third one is DEL-E. So DEL-E actually is capable of generating original or realistic images, and it can create certain arts from a text description, right? So as I showed you in the first page, I was able to put some text and ask the tool to change the background or change my attire in that image. So that's how we achieve these things, right? So all of these, right, is actually from a single vendor called OpenAI, right? So whenever we talk about Gen AI model providers, the scope almost always is restricted to this one particular supplier, right, which is OpenAI. But the reality is actually much more complicated than what we are seeing it, right? So we see there is a lot of increasing activities of domain specific models, right? So there are particular industry specific model providers, and there is also a huge momentum in open source communities as well, right? So OpenAI actually is not a open source, it is a closed source. Open sources are Mistral, and then there are many more, right, to it. Hugging Face, even there are research focused vendors or industry specific vendors, model providers as well for Gen AI. So Gen AI research focused vendors would be Anthropic and AI 21. There are hyperscaler providers like AWS, Microsoft, and Google who are also contributing to Gen AI. Then we have enterprise technologies like IBM, Oracle, ServiceNow, Adobe, and then there are a vibrant and fast growing open source model community. That means there are a lot of Gen AI related projects, open projects available, which are hosted by Hugging Face, GitHub, and then there are many more others as well, right? But the challenge is not about choosing the right model provider. The complexity is on choosing or realizing that the data is also very critical when we approach these options, right? So you need to choose the right model considering your data, right? So data and data security. So this ends our first section, which is introduction and landscape of Gen AI. Now let's take a very closer look at the market opportunities and what challenges Gen AI brings in with it, right? So if we look at a particular growth path, right? So the launch of this Chat GPT actually registered a global event, right? So it started gathering attention. There was sparking conversations among all the general population, right? So it was not only just the technical people or the nerd technical people, but also through the general population, they started exploring more on this technology. So seemingly overnight, AI ML actually became a household term, right? Even uh, there are teenagers, there are children who started talking about chat gpt or generative AI, right? So the individuals, right, on an enterprise scale, they started initially they started exploring firsthand how Gen AI tools could integrate into their day-to-day jobs, right? But now, to meet the demand sparked by this kind of a breakthrough, businesses have begun to ramp up the deployment of these newer technologies, right? And the Directory of Technology, which actually is a Tech Data's own global industry survey, right? Were able to share certain voices of our own resellers, where the findings were that in just 1 year, right, the partner offerings of AI ML solution has grew from 4%, which was into 2022, to 29% in 2023, right? So which is actually increase of more than 600% hike on that. So within 1 year, the number of partners who have started focusing on Gen AI has gone from 4 to 29%. And then there are channel partners who are planning to invest in AI ML, has also exponentially grown in 2022, right? So there were 14% of partners who were planning to offer AI ML by the end of 2025. So they started planning in 2022 to have it ready by the end of 2025. uh, was only 14%, which actually has jumped to 34% within 1 year. So by end of 2023, already 34% partners uh, have shown interest in focusing on AI ML services, right? So this particular reports are actually showing that more people actually want smart automation, and they believe that AI and machine learning can actually lead to newer ideas and help the businesses to stay ahead, right? And the focus is actually on high growth technologies. So what are the high growth technologies that partners are actually uh, eyeing for, or they are looking at as their next go to plan, right? So if you see here, it is very evident that the strong emphasis is on security, because securing your data is your biggest concern. But after security, it is closely followed by data analytics and AI/ML, right? So this particular trend is showing that there's a lot of importance for these technology in driving this kind of innovation and maintaining that competitive edge in the current market, right? So there has been quite a lot of prediction about how much the Gen AI will be productive in our daily works, right? So the numbers are actually very predictive, and it is very very impressive. So if you see at certain surveys or certain reports from say Goldman Sachs, it suggests that the Gen AI has the potential to boost the global GDP by 7%, which is actually a number which actually is very very impressive, right? And it's the McKinsey's is also estimating that Gen AI could actually contribute an additional of 2.6 to at least 4.4 trillion of world economy, right? And there are certain particular vendors like Microsoft and OpenAI, right? So what they are suggesting is that GitHub, by the use of GitHub Copilot, right? So GitHub Copilot, it can actually help software developers to get their work done 55% faster. And using OpenAI solutions, the knowledge workers, right, where people in the jobs which require a lot of knowledge and information, they can do their work much quicker, as much as 50% faster, right? And this is all again can be backed up by the IDC report. So this IDC report is specifically only for APJ region, where if you see, it is showing a significant increase or a comparison of Gen AI adoption from August 23 to Jan 24. So within the 6 months, are who have already started investing in Gen AI, right? It can be in form of spending plans on infra for Gen AI, or acquiring the Gen AI softwares, or contracting the AI consulting services, right? Which has gone up from 29 to 39%. The second actually suggests the organizations who have started initializing the proof of concepts, or have started putting up a spend plan, right? That has also gone up from 29 to 44%. The third one is where the organizations are making certain use cases, but they are not making any significant investments, right? So they are under the planning, or maybe in the next financial year they will be deciding to go with Gen AI. That has reduced from 21 to 17%, because now there is an increase in the adoption of Gen AI. And the last one is where the organizations are doing nothing for the coming 18 to 24 months, right? That has reduced from 21 to 0%. Means more and more organizations are either invested or they are planning to invest. So there's a huge potential in this particular market for all of us, right? So we should also start going and talking about Gen AI to our customers, our partners, and see their interest area in that, right? Now let's look at the top challenges, right? So the biggest challenge or the adoption of Gen AI is of course the cost, but as we see more adoption from the customers and the end users, that will be managed. But what are the other challenges except the cost is uh, the importance of the importance here we are looking at is more towards the employee skilling, right? So employee skills are actually a core asset of any organization, right? And building this particular skill is a challenge, and it requires a lot of investment and learning and development, right, from the employee and from the organizations as well. So this particular technology that we are talking about, right, it's evolving quickly, and it is actually leading to a lot of constant changes, where we require professionals to have adopt to this newer skills, right? So this is one of the challenge where there is a gap, and can help you to fill that gap, right? So how to make sure that we go and enable our partners and resellers on this newer technology. And also, if you look at the governance, that is also an important aspect, because within the governance as well, if we want to manage the responsible AI, right? So responsible AI is how we responsibly use or make use of the AI. So that is also important. So in that as well, we have to teach a lot of uh, rules and policies about how we better we can use the AI technology, right? So it actually is really important because it makes sure that everyone knows what they can and can't do with AI at work, right? So they can use AI for the personal works, but while they are at work for business, what they should and they shouldn't be doing it. This actually helps them to understand that how they can make their private information within themselves and not make it public. uh, how we can prevent from getting the data to the wrong in the wrong hands or wrong people. Plus, when the people are trained and they know about the policies and the governance, they always feel better about how they can use it in a very smart and a very careful way. So these are the things that we need to focus more on, which is to make sure that we are giving the right knowledge transfer to the people on how to use it and how to better secure your information. Right. Now we can move into the next section, which is certain use cases. So we will explore certain innovative applications and certain success stories, where the focus is on certain targeted solutions that tech data has been building. Right. So these are certain generic use cases. So some of those top use cases which can cover generic business needs, right? So we have put it up in a very simple format. The business needs, the business problems, and what solutions Gen AI can bring in. So if you look at the first one, it's more to do with increase in the productivity. So there is a lot of productivity lags which are happening. Why? Because most of the employees are either too busy in calls, meetings, or spending a lot of time in searching on the internet. Right? What data they need to create, where to find the right information. Even if you need to find out within your own organizational OneDrives or shared folders, it takes a lot of time. Right? So Gen AI actually can help you with knowledge insights. It can help you with your report summarization and finding right solution for you. The second is automation of process, right? So again, Gen AI can help with document processing, fraud detection. So a lot of financial industries are also using Gen AI for that, and workflow management. Third can be on improving the end customer experience, right? So how can we do it with the use of call summarization, chat bots, smart agents, employee assessments, right? So those things will help the improve the customer experience. And the last one is to build the creative contents. So there are a lot of time spent on marketing content creation or sales content creation, or helping you with certain personalized content generation. So all of this, creating digital arts and everything, can be done with the help of Gen AI, right? Um, Now we had one partner named Sky Secure, who was working on a particular requirement from a law firm, right? Where the law firm has a lot of challenges on lengthy process, which involves in drafting legal documents, reports, client proposals, and then it puts up a substantial amount of time which have been consumed in all of this, right? So this was the business challenge that they brought in. So we were able to provide them with a particular solution from Microsoft, which is Copilot for M365, which actually served as a automation tool to enhance their productivity, right, in document management, communication task, and all of that. So with the help of Tech Data's CCE lab, which is actually a co-pilot cloud lab built specifically for partners, right? So that the partner was able to provide that particular customer a practical hands-on experience of the co-pilot, right? Which actually helped the partner to bridge that gap between the theory or the features of the product, right, and the real world application. So how they can actually utilize it. The partner was able to do it. So they came to Tech Data, they blogged the time and the demo with us. We were able to help the customer have a hands-on experience of this particular solution or the product, and they were able to understand it better how it works in a real world application. So this actually helped us to win this particular deal, right? What we'll do is we'll quickly see a small video uh, from the partner, right? So partner was able to share with us his experience of CC Lab. So it is a very small video. We'll just play that, and it will help you understand or the experience that the partner was able to make from the CC access. So this was his experience that the partner was sharing. Let's move to another case where we were able to deliver a proof of concept for one of the largest financial services group, okay, in Southeast Asia, which is actually based out of Singapore. So the business challenge here was to provide a very secure and customizable hybrid cloud environment, because they had data which were actually coming from different sources, and they wanted to put all the data at one single place where they can actually run some intelligent real-time personalized recommendations for their customers, right? So this actually required a very sophisticated system because we need to handle a complex data processing while also ensuring that the user privacy and system security is in place, right? So the solution provided actually involved the utilizing the Cloudera data platform, right? Where we were able to establish the data lake within the private cloud settings because they didn't want it to go on a public setup. In this particular platform actually enabled the consolidation and management of data from all the diverse sources that they had. So additionally, we actually created the Cloudera machine learning on Red Hat OpenShift that was actually employed to drive the AI/ML platform, which was actually powered by that technology, and it was actually instrumental in delivering all the personalized recommendations to the end users. So that's how we achieve that end goal. And here actually Tech Data's tech COE team played a very pivotal role, which actually leveraged the expertise of the subject matter experts that we had in Tech COE to develop the proof of concept environment, right? So this particular move was actually very instrumental in securing the customer's trust because we were able to demonstrate the practical viability and effectiveness of what solution were proposed to them, right? So that was the second case that we had to explore here. What we'll do next is there are certain few Gen AI based solutions by Tech Data, um, where we'll explore few of them. There are few others, but for this particular section, we'll be only focusing on these topics. So the first one that we have is from Microsoft. So Microsoft Copilot for M365 is actually a AI-powered productivity tool, which is designed to integrate with say your existing Microsoft 365 applications, right? So applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, Loop, all of that, right? Which actually helps you to process all the multiple complex tasks that we are doing it on a daily basis to be more effective and efficient, right? The second one is on Azure OpenAI. So this is a collaboration between Microsoft and OpenAI model vendor, where we are able to bring in the cutting edge AI capability of OpenAI to the wider audience because now we can integrate the Azure's added security and the enterprise features that Microsoft has to offer, right? So it can address uh, the security features or data management or governance with the use of this enterprise solutions, right? So this particular service was again it has the powerful tool which can actually manage a variety of applications, including your natural language processing, content generation, and many others, right? The third one is from IBM, which is WatsonX.ai. So WatsonX.ai actually is helping the enterprises to have a custom built AI solution, which they can use it as per their specific needs, right? And IBM WatsonX is actually a part of AI and data platform from IBM, which actually aims at focusing more on life cycle management. So you can accelerate the AI model life cycle through this. It can allow the enterprises to scale and accelerate the impact of AI with a trusted data, right? So that's again more important because all these vendors are focusing on not only providing the solution but to also make sure that the trust and the governance is in place, right? Then we have Cloudera. So Cloudera Gen AI actually offers a range of AI services which are designed for processing the real time unstructured data, right? So particularly through integration of Cloudera's data flow and data warehouse features. So these offerings are actually designed for providing you the faster data and analytics at a higher scale. Then we have SaaS. So SaaS Gen AI offerings are focused on specific. They have certain specific focus areas. So they are focusing on delivering trustworthy Gen AI solutions through industry specific solutions like synthetic data generation or digital twin simulations, or using LLM, which is large language models. And the last one, what we have is H2O.ai, which is actually a platform which supports the creation of custom applications, right? Or custom AI applications with minimal coding. And it combines the predictive analytics with Gen AI for wide range of the use. So it's actually quite secure, and it can work on premise or on cloud or on edge. So it gives you that platform to run the Gen AI services, right? With this, we'll come to the last segment, which is what are the value add services that Tech Data has to offer. So Tech Data actually aims at empowering its partners, right, to deliver these kind of exceptional services, and how they can manage their customers and grow their business. So the first is on providing you with the expertise, which is tech COE, right? So COE is the Center of Excellence team. So we believe in simplifying the complexity for our partners and resellers. So we ensure that the risk is minimized for the partner while they start this particular journey, and we ensure that they are ready and they are uh, building their team for go to market with these kind of high technologies, right? So our Center of Excellence is actually a completely virtual team, and it is available for every partner on demand, right? And this team is actually helping to offload all the work that we you need you guys need to do. So we can help you with heavy lifting of solution designs, pre-sales work, and technical integrations, right? Which actually helps you to streamline and simplify any solution aggregation. So this regional COE is actually structured around three fundamental pillars. So these pillars are actually practice builder, solution factory, and sales acceleration, right? So the first is practice builder, where the focus is on enabling the partners on the high growth technology. So we provide you with one-on-one enablements, roundtables, technical and sales enablements, lead gen trainings, right? And we can also do a lot of workshops for your customers or events for your customers on your behalf. The second is on Solution Factory, which actually is a very proven method for simplifying the complexity in any solution. So we help them with solution plays, blueprints, and and other tools that we have to offer. And the third is actually the most important, where the key focus in our mindsets are to win the deal or win the case, right? So that is actually done through sales acceleration, where we provide our partners to our platforms, our expert team members, and tools that can actually accelerate your win, right? Which can be in form of proof of concepts, workshops, assessments, and demos that we can provide you. Right. The second is on the digital practice builder. So we have actually launched our very own digital practice builder. In short, we call it, because it's actually a mouthful. So we call it as DPB, as a easy to address it. So the DPB is actually a platform which is built for our partners and resellers, right? And it actually helps you to have, so it's an online learning platform on demand. So you can have a on demand learning contents available to you, and you can access it on the go anytime, right? So this DPB is actually aimed at enabling partners to keep pace with these kind of newer technologies that are coming up, right? So to start with, when we launched the DPB, we first rolled out Microsoft Cloud DPB, which was to learn more on Microsoft Cloud offerings and introduce you to the platform on what Microsoft has to offer. But we are now have moved into the second phase where we are focusing on security and analytics, right? So you will hear from us on releasing it very soon on cybersecurity, data, AI, and analytic products, right? So here actually we have a lot of online courses already set. We are just in that last phase of just opening up for our partners and doing this last check. So here actually I can show you certain courses that are available specifically on AI features. So these courses are actually curated based on different levels of understanding and current skills that you have. So you can actually say that, okay, if you are new to AI, you can do AI for starters. If you already are a pro user, you know what AI is, the fundamentals are clear. You can go to the next level, which is how to use prompt engineering or certain solutions that you need to understand, like Copilot, right? So you can learn these things from the courses which talks about why Copilot and getting ready, or after purchasing what you have to do. So what are the first steps with Copilot that you have purchased? So there are certain training models available for you to access it, right? Now, uh, what are the benefits? Why are we talking about tech COE, and then we are talking about this digital practice builder? So partners can access all of these courses actually at no cost, right? So it is completely free, and once you complete these certain courses, so at after completion of every course, they can the partners can also receive, the users who are been registered, they will receive credly badges post completion of each of these courses, right? And once the partners complete all of these courses, they are also eligible to have access to the CCE lab. Now we have talked about the CC lab in the previous slides as well. So these are actually a simple hands-on lab experience which a partner can book with us to understand how a product works, and they can also register for their customers, right, for them to experience the same. So how things work, and how they can do a hands-on learning of that particular product. Okay. So this Copilot experience actually offers you the best of the technology that we have already set up. So there is a pre-configured environment that they can create certain users. They can give the access to their users, and they can try it by themselves, right? So it is actually a very great learning tools where they don't have the risk of integrating in their existing environment. So they can use this environment, try and test the technology, and then move towards taking a decision. And lastly, we have the tech data COE team, so tech COE team we call it, which actually will get in touch with you once you have completed all the courses to provide you more personalized support. Right? This support can be in form of training, a technical training, sales training, any technical guidance that you need. What we call this particular team is pre-sales of pre-sales. So if you have your pre-sales team, we can help you to provide a extended help and become the advanced team for them, right? This is to ensure that whatever knowledge you have gained from these courses actually is effectively applied in the real world solutions, right? So this will actually enhance your business capabilities. So you can reach out to us and we will be able to extend that kind of a help, right? So with this, I end the session, and I'll open up the forum for any questions or queries that you have. I can see there are certain hands already been raised. So please do reach out to us for the demo catalogs or CC labs or access to the DP portal, right? So with this, I'll hand it back to Ritika, and then she can guide us further. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you for that insightful presentation, Karan. I am sure that our partners now have a better understanding of how tech data can support them in their generative AI journeys. We will now move on to Q&A. for which we have some special guests from our Center of Excellence team as a part of this panel, along with Karan. I would like to welcome to the stage Tracy Ko, Abhijit Mukherjee, and Aravind Inavolu. I request all of you to come on camera so that we can answer the questions from our partners. Thank you. All right. So the first question that we have received is, this one is from Santosh, and the question is, do we have any recommended AI tool for funnel generation? Who would like to take that up from the panel?
Okay, can you repeat the question, Ratika?
Sure. The question is, do we have any recommended AI tool for funnel generation?
Okay.
Okay, Tracy here from Tech Data COE team. Yes, we do. Right. So the immediate solution I could think of is Resultix, right? Um, yeah, but it depends on which region you're talking about. So may I know which customers which region, right? Are you serving your customers in?
Okay. Anything else from Arvind, Abhijit, Karan? Would you like to add to that?
Yeah, Abhijit here.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be not a one solution. Actually, funnel generation or lead generation is more of a job wherein you requires human intervention. So Gen AI has the capability to guide you with all the set of details, data, or the insights you require for the job. But it's you at the end of the day who is going to take the front seat and do the decision making. So yes, we have a lot of custom solutions which we can build up for funnel generation activities.
Yeah. And to
Yep,
add to
and
that,
sorry, and
yeah,
the
sorry,
product that
Trati. Yeah,
the
please go.
solution that I mentioned earlier on,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I agree, Abhijit, but the solution I mentioned earlier on was more for out of the box solution, right? So
Yeah,
it's designed for you know um funnel generation has AI tools, right, as well as non-AI tools, right? Yeah, and I think it even has solutions for real-time audience engagement. So I think that's what it's known for. Yeah, so if you wish to learn more about this solution, right, again, you can reach out to us, via the email, right?
right.
Yeah.
Just to summarize it in an easier way, it's like Gen AI can come in two forms, right? So the first one
Mm-hmm.
is a plug and play SaaS kind of a model where there is already a solution or a tool or a software available, which we can plug in our work and get the end results. But if it is not available and we need a lot of personalization or certain um, things that we need to integrate, we can use other tools where we can create that customization for the end to get that end result, and we can help you do that as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And recently I came up with this newer term. So we did talked about Gen AI, but there is also something coming up which is called as Gen BI, right? Which is the generative AI can integrate with the BI tools and it can help you with doing the Gen BI. So yeah, we can do that as well.
All right, Karan. So AI translates to BI. That's a good one there. Okay. So Santosh, I hope we have responded to your question there. Let's move on to our next query. Now, this one is, how can generative AI be used to enhance personalization in customer experience?
Right. Abhijit, you want to take that question?
Definitely.
Sure.
So customer experience can be enhanced in different ways. I can create a chat experience. If you know that commercial market today have a lot of conversational AI available, so everywhere you go into a website you will see that, hey, how can I help you? That will be a small chat box on the right side. If I am going there and I'm asking the question, it's not some human talking to me. Instead, there are certain bots who are actually answering my questions. Now I can, as a business, I can enhance those chat experiences with the inclusion of Gen AI by tuning the particular models to answer better in to a certain questions questions coming to the bot. So yes, that's kind of personalization can be achieved using the LLM technologies, like the one Karan has already mentioned about the OpenAI products. So those have the capabilities to give you the fine tuning capabilities, which allows you to prepare a better experience for your customers.
Right. So in simple terms,
Mm-hmm.
when you use a Gen AI, right? So it actually integrates with your daily applications that you're using, and it can actually understand individual users' pattern and behavior, and what are your preferences. So based on that, it will give you the result. So if you say, that's why we call it treat the Gen AI with respect, right? So if you're writing the prompt in a say, hey, can you help me with that, and this is what we need, so it will give you a better result. And because it is understanding your behavior or your preferences of the information that we share, right? Because it has multiple options, but what you want, it can give you that kind of a personalization. So that's how it will help you with that.
Right, Karan. And thank you, Abhijit, for the add on there as well. So, this is something that I've learned just recently as well, that when you interact with AI, you have to be very, very careful as to how you put your message across. So, initially, I used to, just put in phrases and terms, and I used to expect the best response whatsoever. But, it's a learning journey for us all. So, thank you for your response there. Let's move on to our next question, which is,
Yes.
what are the other domains where Gen AI can find relevant application other than conversation intelligence and marketing insights?
So Abhijit again here. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely, Gen AI found its more of attraction when it came to the chat intelligence and the way the marketing content generation could be taken into picture. But that's not the only use case. We had to understand Gen AI is something which has the unlimited scope of generating contents. And now, with the more and more increase of the industry wide adoption of Gen AI, we have seen the other use cases emerging in the market, specifically in the BFSI sector and the manufacturing sector, wherein I can actually look into advanced use cases which pertain to creating business insights, maybe creating code languages, generating code out of the prompts. So yes, that's that kind of gap which was there earlier for the development. Those use cases are getting filled up pretty quick by the adoption of Gen AI.
Okay. Thank you,
Uh,
Abhijit.
Yeah,
Yes, please.
Tracy
Yeah.
here. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I think for me personally, right, I'm excited about the future, right, where robotics and Gen AI, right, converge fully. So it's already happening, right? If you guys have watched the demos of Figure One, right, but it's still in its very early stages, and I believe that it will open up a huge market in that area as well.
All right, Tracy, we are looking forward to, that day. Not that far now. Okay, Arvind, any thoughts from you here?
Yeah, Ritika. So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
these are all the latest technologies. Because being a platform guy, I will also
Mm-hmm.
cover from the platform perspective. The latest technologies, like what the team has spoken about, which is the
Mm-hmm.
Gen AI, runs on a modernized platform, which is on containers. That's where people are lacking behind in terms of technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is where okay, partner can embark the journey on AI and Gen AI, whatever technology they want. The bottleneck for them is the platform, which they might not have enough skill set in their teams. So that's where tech data come into picture, where we have infra resources like right from GPUs, where we can enable train them on GPUs. Second layer would be a platform where I will come into picture to help them understand how container works. And third layer is the one where Karan, Abhijit, Tracy, and all the teams comes in to build a solution on top of these platform using the Gen AI. So
Mm-hmm.
right from the hardware to the application, the tech data is ready, and we can help our partners in any layer of this entire stack. So that's the advantage for the partners, like why they wanted to go with tech data. The second and the next one is um, the vendors that we carry in our ecosystem. So we have a huge portfolio, again from infra to platform to software, AI software. So if the partners chooses tech data, it will be a one-stop solutions, not only for building a use case, to give them trainings, enablements, hands-on labs, practice sessions, and we will do the heavy lifting and hand holding for them to embark them into the Gen AI journey quickly. So that's the key messaging that I also wanted to give this in the form.
Okay,
And
thank you, Arvind. Yes,
Yeah.
Abhijit.
so,
Mhm.
adding to what Aravind say, I just want to highlight one crucial shift what we have seen in the Gen AI space recently. Gen AI is not only being adopted as a functionality or a use case now, but it has been adopted on a commercial level. So it's becoming more and more relevant that you actually create a cross-platform LLM deployment, wherein a lot of different kind of hardwares could be taken in a mix to actually make the use case uh, operational for the customers. So yes, I agree with Aravind over there that knowing a lot of different technologies will give us the leverage to actually get more benefits out of LLM.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
Mm-hmm.
Ritika, just to add this one thing or two things
Mm-hmm.
basically, because the presentation was more on content creation and generation of newer contents, people may think that this is more relevant to media or marketing or those kind of industries. But as our panel said, this is actually cutting across all the industries. So be it automotive industry, agriculture for crop yield predictions, or education for personalized learning, retail industries, telecommunications, even the space and healthcare industries and food
Mm-hmm.
industries, right? Um, um, Everywhere this can be integrated and used, right? So that's one that I want to add. The
Mm-hmm.
second on the Arvind's part. Where he talked about the infra required for AI, the platform required for AI, and the softwares that are required. You will even see coming in coming days, even the endpoints and the PCs would be AI powered, right? So that we
Mm-hmm.
have the AI accelerators and for giving them the GPU processing power to run their services. So that's where the world is moving towards.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Karan. I think we've just got a response over chat where someone is saying that they use AI for architectural, engineering, media, entertainment, and
And
aviation, which
aviation,
is
right?
quite a good range of use cases for our partners there. And along the same lines, we also have another question, which is, do we have any specific use case for fraud detection and fraud analysis for Gen AI?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Experts, would you like to have anything specific?
Okay, I will mention
Yes.
one technology which was
Mm-hmm.
recently coming into OpenAI landscape. There is a certain model which is known as GPT-4 Vision, which allows me to actually detect the contents out of any picture and reports back to me as a completion or like a chat that what's wrong with this picture, what's wrong with the data which is present in this picture. So it can give me insights out of those. So let's consider if you are having any type of fraud detection system where OCR is part of your use case. So this kind of things can be achieved with the help of Gen AI now using the OpenAI models.
Okay. Thank you, Abhijit. Any other thoughts from our panel on that one?
From my end, I think you
Mm-hmm.
guys can reach out to us because we can't explain the things in details here, but definitely you can reach out to us and we will be able to gauge your existing requirement, have certain things in place in understanding what exactly is the customer's requirement or what sector of the customer is, and then based on that we can help you, not only just provide you with the tool or the solution or the software, but give you a entire landscape of how they can have it in a very secure and a better governed way. So we can help you with that as well. Thanks.
Yeah. So to add
Panel,
on what
one
Karan
last
said,
question from Melinda. I'll quickly unmute Melinda. So, Melinda, go ahead. You can ask your question to the panel.
Melinda, are you able to unmute your mic? You have been given the rights to speak. You can also put up your question over chat if you're not able to. Yeah, in the meantime, Arvind, you can quickly just wrap up your
yeah.
point. Yeah,
So
thank you.
to add on what Karan said, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do have use cases, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not possible for us to run those use cases 24/7 because it requires a lot of power, resources, and
Mm-hmm.
all. And as Karan said in his presentation, the use cases will be unique, especially in Gen AI, and it varies from customer partner to partner, customer to customer. So we do have use cases, and again, if you have any use case that you wanted to explore, definitely you can reach us, and then we can build a customized solutions based on your requirement. So there is no limits to that. It's
Mm-hmm.
open to all the partners, where we can work together, co-innovate and build solutions, and we can take that to market as well. So that's how we call work. That's how we work with partners.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Arvind. And my apologies to all of our partners. We have run a little bit over time, but that is what Gen AI does to you. That's the interest or the level of interest that all of our partners have in this particular area. So those were all of the questions that we have received from our partners as of now. Remember that you can always connect with us even after the webinar with your questions, if any. Just write to us at coe.apj@techdata.com, and we would be more than happy to get back to you. We also request you to respond to the survey that has been shared over chat. Let us know what you liked, what was relevant to your business, and what we can do better for you the next time. And with that, we have come to the end of today's exclusive virtual event on unleashing the power of generative AI. I would like to thank our key speaker, Karan, along with our guest panel for the Q&A session, Tracy, Abhijit, and Arvind, for sharing these detailed technology insights with our valued partners. We sincerely hope that all of you have enjoyed learning about the scope for business growth and profitability in Gen AI and look forward to collaborating with us in the near future. Thank you for joining us today.